Hello. So this is the semifinals of the MGM in Berlin. We see Stefan on the left side, and we see on the right side.
Ooh,
Who's
guess who could
that?
that be?
Who
That's
is that?
me. That's actually me.
Great. Yeah. We see a very potent deck in your hand, which we've seen many times before in the other versions of the Metagame Master. What was your deck to play?
My deck to play was mono red aggro, so I
And
just want to go straight to the dome.
yeah, that's because you really like annoying people, or
No, I actually think this is a really good choice. And first of all, I don't play that much Highlander usually, and this
yeah.
is pretty much my first big tournament that I played in. So I really like to have a deck choice that is pretty much straightforward, that you actually exactly know what you want to do with. And also, I played a lot of aggressive decks. If I'm not playing blue control decks in the past of my Magic history, so I'm quite familiar with what I'm dealing here with. I do know a lot of the cards. The cards are quite straightforward. You know what you want to do. And I think a lot of the decks in Highlander are built quite greedy concerning like mana restrictions, playing like green mana creatures,
Mm,
or having control decks that are quite slow. That when you pressure them early, you really can get a lot of wins in here. So that's why I thought this would be a really good deck choice, not only for me, but also for the metagame. And apparently I was right, because that's why I'm sitting here right now in the semifinals.
yeah, that's true. Well done. You play against a Jeskai control deck, which of course is somewhat annoying because of the white part. There's a lot of cards that are really helpful for Stefan to get life back.
Yes, and he also like he's not only like a pure control deck, but more of what I would say a mid-range deck, because he has a lot of threats as well. He has things
Mm,
like Mantis Rider, like Guides of Saint Draft, so things to really get off the start quickly and
yeah.
finish off games really quick. So and still have a lot of interactive cards, like a lot of burn spells, like a lot of card selection, counter spells.
Yeah. Here we see already very interesting decision. You didn't have a one drop and you drew the wasteland, which is unfortunately not giving you an advantage in form of damage from creatures.
Yes, that is actually true. And if there is one thing that I would change for the deck is it would be actually add more one drops to the deck. So it
Mm,
played a couple of them, but it didn't play a lot. And I think still playing the Wasteland here to try to screw your opponent of some mana is kind of a good idea. And as we see right now, it actually pays off.
yeah, that worked great. Your opponent doesn't have any blue, which means he's one blue away from the Fact of Fiction or the deck Faden, and even two blue away from the mana drain.
And now I started with exactly what this deck is built to do:
Yeah.
go
Uh,
straight up to the dome.
you also had uh, the idea of playing the Grim Nevermancer, but you chose to play a burn to the face instead. Why is that?
Yes. First of all, you still want to be mana efficient, and with having the third mountain in play, you could just in the next turn play the Incinerate that goes also to the face and the Grim
Mm,
Lavamancer. And also, I think one of the few things that Stefan could have here would be a removal spell with only the white mana. So I'm expecting something like the path that he actually has in hand, or Swords to Plowshares. And
so
I
yeah,
don't want to expose my Grim Lavamancer when I don't even have two cards in the graveyard yet.
yeah, I understand. Pretty good. We also see here your supreme choice of mountains. I
Yes, I really like that. I mean, I'm kind of known for playing white bordered mountains as well with specific purposes, but this was actually just to annoy my opponents.
like I cannot see I cannot look at this without getting like a headache. This is I think this is the worst combination of three mountains ever been on any battlefield.
And that's also one really fun part, which I think is actually also a competitive advantage. Mono red annoys a lot of people. Because they don't want to play against it. They are super annoyed that they are getting beat down and burned out. And when then again they are already at like a little annoyance level, and then you present them this selection of superior mountains, well, it adds up.
Okay, so Stefan decides here to probably go for the fact of fiction, and get to a point where you can cast multiple spells each turn. There was also the consideration of playing Forked Lightning for the Lavamancer and having multiple spells open, which are reactive. I think I'm not sure. I actually like getting rid of the Lavamancer, having Path and Miscalculation open instead of Facting, because it's 2 damage from the Lavamancer, which it adds up. Like every
exactly.
point counts.
Yeah. And as we can see right now, the mono red hand right now is kind of awkward because it has a lot of 3-mana spells or spells that sacrifice mountains.
Yeah, that's true.
And like, what do you do right now? Do you attempt to use the Lavamancer to get some value out of the creature that you played, or are you trying to get in 6 damage with the ball lightning?
Yeah, you see, in response to the fact, you played a Flame Javelin, which is another 4 damage. So you already get half the damage, which is nice. And then we see the fact of, oh my lord.
That's a lot of stuff. And like, there's 3 creatures that are super annoying already. The Mentor and the Sphinx are the worst of them. There is several answers for the Lavamancer and for the Ball Lightning that is still in hand. So this Fact of Fiction is really juicy.
What do? You shuffle and make 2 piles?
That's usually what I do, actually. I mentally shuffle, make 2 piles, and then see if they are super garbage and change something. But I think here you for sure want to separate the mentor from the kitchen things, and kind of you can like giving him all the 3 drops makes a lot of sense because although it's contrary to what I said before, because he is restricted on mana and he will not be able to play more than one of those each turn.
Yeah.
And also, I don't give him interactive spells to deal with the Lavamancer.
Yeah, because you say like, okay, you only got 1 blue, you only get 1 red, and all the cards I give you are doing something, but not so much that I can handle it. Like you can play kitchen things, okay? Then as we can see, you can just shoot it with the Lavamancer and deal with it later, or you can play a mentor and so on. Like, but
or even with the kitchen things, I can just ignore it, like
True.
Not shoot it at all and don't give him more life. Because with the Lavamancer in play, okay, it can also just go to the dome. I mean, it's kind of annoying that it's able to block the ball lightning to get life from that back, because then you block with 2 toughness, so you get only 4 trample damage, and the kitchen things gets back. But this is pretty much the only point right now with this particular hand that it is annoying.
It feels like your crucial part of the game is to make sure that the ball lightning hits.
Yeah, with this particular hand, I mean, right now in hand, I have more than enough damage to finish him off multiple times.
Yeah.
It's kind of unfortunate that he has the 1 mana spell to deal with the Lavamancer as well here, but it actually also frees me up to just hit with the ball lightning here.
Which deals effectively no damage against the kitchen things itself.
Yes, exactly. So basically, it just kind of trades with the kitchen things. The really interesting part is that the Exquisite Firecraft is in hand here, because this could be the last spell that cannot.
Yeah, that's cool. And we see here, unfortunately, you only have 11 damage. You have 4 from the Firecraft, 4 from the Fire Blast, and 3 from the Short Volley, which is so close.
But the Ball Lightning is doing another 2, because that's already calculating in the life that was already gained from the kitchen things. So basically, the Ball Lightning hits for 4 and he gains 2 life back, so he goes back down to 10.
So yeah, even if you play Ball Lightning now, attack, that deals 4 damage right away because of Trample, then you can deal another 3 from the Short Volley and another 4 from the Fire Blast, which is also only 11 before the trigger from the kitchen things.
Yes, so basically there's no way to win this turn.
Unfortunately. So
I think you go for the Ball Lightning here, because it's just sure to get in the most damage, basically.
And then you hope your opponent taps out once more.
Yes, and basically, I mean, this is kind of an all-in strategy, because you have to sacrifice a lot of lands for Fire Blast and for Shard Volley.
Yeah.
And although you are sure that the Exquisite Firecraft is going to resolve, this is still like, if one of the other spells gets countered, you're pretty much out of the game. Because you know all the things that he has in hand right now, which will quickly deal with yourself.
So if you're Stefan now, what are you expecting? Do you say like, okay, from this moment in time, I will go back to 10. I have to make sure that the counter is open at every time, or do you say like, hey, I play mentor now and hope I survive one more and then it will be better?
I think you actually are really hoping that you draw land here, such that you can play a 3-drop and have miscalculation open at the same time.
Well, you got your wish. That's a land.
It is a land. It's kind of awkward.
Oops.
Because it enters the battlefield tapped.
Okay, so
I mean, you can still play the mentor here and leave open path.
yeah.
But I think, yeah, he goes just with having open miscalculation as well as spell queller. And even if I don't do anything, he can still play the spell queller end of turn and have path.
And you know what's the real cool part about spell queller?
What's that?
It actually deals with the exquisite firecraft.
That is actually true, yes.
So you as a mono red player, sophisticated thinker, can like, okay, well, I'm doing damage to you, and then I do damage to you, and now you can't counter it. But turns out you can, and of course you saw the card from the Fact of Fiction.
Yes, so I know of the card, so I have to make sure that I can get my exquisite firecraft off. But this is where it's getting really interesting. Because I actually drew Chain Lightning, and I think this just finishes everything off.
So now you deal shard volley to this, yeah. It's still not enough, but
it's still not enough. Yes, it's still short because I was actually 1 mana short.
Yeah, but at least you get some damage through, yeah. And in your mind, you know, like, okay, now my firecraft is on again.
Yes.
There's nothing to stop it.
Although, no, he actually just went down to 7, not to 4.
Yeah, of course.
Yes.
But like in your mind, you have the lethal amount.
Yes, the firecraft is just on if the fire blast actually resolves.
Yeah.
And as I don't know about the mana drain or the miscalculation, I think it's a really hard position here.
Like
and right now, I think Stefan is totally in the driver's seat, and there's pretty much nothing that can stop him.
Yeah, definitely. You see the Kraklan something.
Skeplan Berserker, I think. It's actually a really interesting card. I mean, it's a 2/2 with haste, but when it hits, it has renown 1, and when it's renowned, every non-creature spell or every instant or sorcery, I think, that your opponent casts hits him for 2 damage.
Which is a brutal ability.
Yes.
So now we see here, okay, 2 mana, Fire Blast. In your head, you go like resolve.
Yes, and this is actually also really important to play it this way around.
Yeah.
When this actually resolves, and he thinks he wants to counter the last spell, then Firecraft would actually finish him off.
Yeah, but
right now, this is, he even gets 6 mana from the mana drain.
Well, at this point, you got to be thinking, okay, this was my one shot, my one opportunity.
Exactly. So yeah, all this didn't work out as planned, and he's down to 3 now, so I'm hoping for all the lightning bolt varieties that are still left in my deck. As we can see, he still has the miscalculation there, so there's no way this is ever going to resolve. But yeah, at least I'll have to give it a try.
Yeah, and a lot of people say, like, as you said, Mono Red has like a very distinct strategy, and it's all very face up what you want to do. There's a lot of thinking and skill behind timing your spells, when to shoot board cards, when to shoot your opponent, what to play around.
Yes, and that's actually also really interesting about what I really like about the deck, because first of all, there is a lot of decisions.
Yeah.
And second of all, there's so much math in there, because you really have to calculate everything through. Like basically, when you don't have enough stuff to actually finish him off, there often comes up the situation where you have to shoot something that is on the board, but you first have to calculate everything through. And that's what it really makes really interesting.
So all-time favorite deck Faden just joins the game. He's like, oh, I'm here. Well, what is going to do? Nothing to do anymore. Drawing some cards. There's
you don't
even
have any artifacts that I can steal? Well, let's just dig deeper in my deck.
There's even a sword for Stefan to get a backup life.
Yeah, that's actually true.
So
and he could even like fire it on the mentor that has triggered multiple times to even gain more life.
Yeah, I think it's actually. I actually like this idea here to just, you're so far ahead. Why not go to 7 life and then don't deal with multiple top ticks? Because at this point, you really only have to think about what could possibly go wrong. And
But the thing is also that I think there is not even the need to do so, because you have the miscalculation that saves you from pretty much everything. And if everything else fails, you can still play the sword on your guy. And leaving the guy on the battlefield as well, it just gives you a lethal clock on the next turn.
yeah, I think you can do lethal next turn anyway.
Yeah, that's probably true.
But at this point,
Although then you have to fire off multiple spells in your turn as well.
true. So this is gone.
Haha,
Yeah.
I get it. The mountain.
Uh,
Yeah, Stefan wasn't as prepared as Sebastian in the previous round with having a lot of tokens in play, or bringing him with me, and yeah, we were just trading off the foil full art mountains that we got for reaching this point in the tournament, and using them as tokens.
So this is 2 plus 2 plus 2. So one spell is lethal. Which
Yes, this is also the point where, okay, please don't have any spell, and also please don't have a counter spell for whatever I top deck now.
Yeah.
Yes, it's
I
hard
would
to
appreciate if you have like 7 lands in hand. But
and
here we
you're starting
see.
one of the tokens, and that's it.
All right, so 1-0 for Stefan as we head through the next game.